Welcome back to my Fire Emblem hard mode challenge run. We are, I don't know, this is episode 12, I think? 11 or 12? um, we have, we are very, very near the end game now. And we are here ready to continue on with Moment of Fate. To give a bit of a recap, last time we did chapter 25 and 26. And we met up. We went through the mountains. They had laid an ambush for us with lots of boulders to roll down on top of our heads. But we advanced through the mountains successfully, meeting up with King Tibarn and the Galleon forces, and getting a lot more information, finding out a lot more about what's been going on. Ashnard's goals, such as resurrecting the Dark God, spreading war across the whole continent. He's a little insane. There's a reason they call him Mad King Ashnard. And then we also, there was Fort Pinel and Castle Nados that we needed to take care of before we went into, advanced on Ashnard himself in the capital of Crimea. And we sent Tibarn and a small detachment of troops to Castle Nados to hold them off, to distract them, while the bulk of our forces advanced upon Fort Pinel and faced General Bertram, one of the four riders. It was a pretty big battle with enemies coming endlessly, but we fought our way through and defeated Bertram, seized Fort Pinel, and we are ready to head on to Castle Nados. And that is, storyline-wise, the recap. The gameplay recap, we didn't lose anyone in either chapter, if I recall correctly. So we had some solid plays, good level-ups for the most part. They started to get a couple bad ones near the end. So, yeah, and what we're about to do after we find out storyline-wise is what's going on. We just got Elincia as a playable character. And she is a promoted unit, but she is level 1, and we've saved up a bunch of bonus XP, and we're going to take her pretty much as high as we can get her, at least 15, and we're hoping for some good level ups. I love Elincia, but sometimes she gets screwed by RNG, so we hope that doesn't happen. We've also sadly got to work a little bit more on Ike's stats. It's really frustrating to have only one below cap, which I think he's one below his speed and one below his skill cap. Yeah. Anyway, on we go. Moment of Fate. Of all the battles in the war so far, the contest for Fort Pinel is the fiercest to date. And from this horrific clash of weapons and wills, the Crimean army emerges bloodied and exhausted, yet victorious. The prize of Fort Pinel is no small thing, but it is the promise of additional reinforcements from Gallia and the large Benyan army encamped in Castle Dane that keeps the breath of hope alive in the soldiers' hearts. There is one other pivotal piece in Dane's defense of the former Crimean capital, the severely undermanned Castle Nados. As the day's end draws near, Tibarn's small force of hawks and galleons cease their attacks and return to camp headquarters. Chapter 27. Moment of Fate. Ah, well met. From the looks of things, the battle ended in our favor. We claimed victory. Yet Dane had more troops than we expected, and it was a hard-fought battle. I don't have the best news to report either. What is it? As the day ended, we withdrew as planned, but as we were leaving, reinforcements began flooding in from the capital. That's a piece of ill news. The men that were originally guarding the castle were nothing special, but there was one who appeared mid-battle and crushed an entire unit by himself. He was so much stronger than the others, it was as if a wolf had appeared in a kennel of blind newborn pups. What did he look like? He was covered from toe to tip in black armor. That made it difficult to judge his size, but I think he was bigger than me. If my intuition's right, he is the villain you've all been talking about. The Black Knight. He's in that castle! Alright, reports of last battle. Yep. New ally, Alencia. Good stuff. Right. Wow, that was not much. Let's talk to Titania. Commander, can I speak to you for a moment? What is it, Titania? I have something important to ask you. All right. What is it? I want you to tell me about the night Commander Grail was killed. I understand that it's difficult for you. However, I need to know. I have to. Just tell it once. It's all I ask. If you can't, his death will be something I'll never be able to face. I feel I've done you a terrible disservice by not telling you earlier. It's just that there was a lot I had to get clear in my own mind. I know I've kept you waiting. So you'll tell me? Yes. I think I've finally come to a point where I can face it. All right. Whenever you're ready. That night. I've already told you everything up to where I was on my way into the forest, right? At the head of the path, Father had told me to go back to the fort, but I had a bad feeling and followed him anyway. When I entered the clearing, he and the Black Knight were already fighting. They seemed to be evenly matched at first. Then they exchanged a few more blows, and suddenly Father was sent flying. They spoke to each other for a moment, but I was so far away I couldn't hear what they said. Then the Black Knight threw a sword at Father's feet. I think he wanted Father to pick it up and use it. But Father didn't touch the sword. He just readied his axe again and charged. It was over in an instant. I couldn't believe my eyes. They looked like they were embracing, just standing there, frozen. But I saw the Black Knight's blade. It was protruding from Father's back and shining in the moonlight. Oh, Grail. When the knight pulled his sword out, Father sagged and fell backwards. I ran and tried to catch him, but I couldn't hold him, and we both fell to the ground. The wound Father had taken was terrible, but at that point he was still alive. The Black Knight approached and said, "Give it to me." I had no idea what he was talking about. I do now, though. He had been sent by King Ashnard to retrieve... excuse me, I need a drink of water. He had been sent by King Ashnard to retrieve the medallion. Father told him he'd thrown the medallion away, but the knight didn't believe him. Then he tried to get Father to talk by threatening to kill me, and missed. I was so angry I leapt up and attacked him, but it was useless. I didn't give up, though. I didn't care what happened to me, and I attacked again. Of all the stubbornness. If King Gallia hadn't been nearby, I probably would have died that night, too. After the Black Knight vanished, all I could think was that I didn't want Father to die. He was still alive. I thought if I could just get him back to the fort, we could save him. I clung to that false hope and started walking toward the fort. I just kept walking. Thank you, Ike. It must have been so hard for you. Titania, Commander Grail died on your back. His last moments must have been much happier than I had imagined. Thank you. Now I can finally move past my grief. Titania. Yes. There's something else I haven't told you about. I met him. I met the Black Knight again. What? We fought. You did well to keep your life. I'm not the same boy I was on that night. I've grown a lot. I've worked hard. Yet even so, I wasn't able to defeat him. There's nothing you can do about that. Not even Commander Grail could defeat him. You're not ready to... It's not that. It's not that my blade work wasn't good enough. Then what do you mean? Titania, it's his armor. It's impervious to damage. What? That's not possible. Even the strongest... He said his armor had been blessed by the goddess. He said only weapons that were also blessed could hurt him. Where are we supposed to get something like that? I have one here. Hike! That sword, where? The night after Father died, I went back to that clearing by myself. I'd hoped to find some clues that might help me hunt down that knight. The sword was still there. I brought it back with me, and I've been hiding it ever since. I wasn't thinking about using it. I believed that if I just carried the sword with me, I'd meet the Black Knight again. And it worked. So this sword will work against him? It's supposed to. It was made to contest Alendite, which is the sword wielded by the Black Knight. Do you think you have a chance? I'll win. All right. I won't stop you. Use that sword to avenge Commander Grail. But listen, Ike. You must promise me one thing. What is it? When you meet him, you'll exchange blows. If at that moment you don't feel you stand a chance, you must flee. There are times when running away is not the same as losing. Don't you believe in me, Titania? Of course I do. One day you will defeat the Black Knight, I'm sure of it. That's why I don't want you to lose your life on the first go-around. When the time comes, I promise not to interfere, and I won't let anyone else interfere either. I want you to face him one-on-one, and I want you to be calm and use your own best judgment. At times, withdrawing can be the key that unlocks a future victory. Don't forget that. Understood. All right. So, let's take a look. Oh, first we're about to level up a whole bunch of times. Hey, Alencia. We got some XP from her. We got her. She came at level 1. We got her to level 4. There were some good levels in there. So here we go. Just going to go all the way up. Keep your fingers crossed, everyone. All right. Okay. All right. Again, as long as we're getting 3 stats, I don't want to jinx it, but as long as we're getting 3 stats per level up, then that's all right. Yeah, and the occasional higher than that is good. The stat I'm more worried about is actually her strength. I really want her hit points and strength to go up as much as they can. Because she has a brave weapon, her Amity, but at the same time, it's not a high damage brave weapon. It's not as high damage as a normal like brave sword. It's infinite duration, but she really needs higher strength to kind of offset the low damage. Not that I feel she's probably not going to get it unless I was doing save state, load state, or save scumming, you know, like on the original GameCube. That level hurt. Then it's not likely that she's going to cap that or even come close. So we'll see how far she gets. I think. All right, she's already in an oak. Ooh, that's a nice level up. She's already at a decent place. This is already looks like it'll be a usable Alencia. I'd really love to get like a 14 or higher strength on her. But this has been pretty good level up so far for her. So I am encouraged. Okay. Yeah, she's her high stats are not getting as high as I want right now, but her low stats are also not as low as I feared. So far, doing pretty well. I mean, that's some high hit points compared to her normal situation. Yeah, it looks like we won't... All right, she capped magic. It looks like we won't quite get to level 20 with bonus XP, but there's no need to do that anyway. That's nice. That's pretty solid. This is a pretty good Alencia. Yeah, she can't quite get to level 19 either. So she's level 18. That's much better than I had feared. Because again, and you see that +3 defense and resistance, that's her Brave Sword, her Amity, gives her that permanently. And since that's the only weapon she wields, that's basically just amazing for her. She has 17 defense and 21 resistance. Yeah, solid. Better than I had feared. Nearly 40 hit points, which, you know, that's much better than could have happened. So, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, she's no Mia, but who is? Other than Mia, of course. All right, let's take a look here. So, Titania is... She's got one more level, and if it's a really good level, she's still not capping anything, which makes me sad. But if it's a really good level, she could do well. And Gatry is on track to maybe cap hit points, likely cap defense, possibly cap strength. He's doing well. All right, we got some good things there. All right. Oh wow, yeah, we have some issues with needing to get some more weapons out here for these poor guys. Excellent. So Alencia has her full guard, which is great. Rescue, Physic, Mend, Amity. Yeah, she's good to go. Ike doesn't really need much because we don't need more XP for him. We do need some stuff though. Let's take a look. So he's, yes, literally 1 below skill, 1 below speed. Oh man. Oh man. Like that is... Alright, so the Black Knight's speed is... Neither of them will be able to double attack each other. So 1 more speed there doesn't necessarily help Ike. It will help his evasion a little bit. So your evasion is determined by your speed and your luck primarily, and of course like weapon triangle and stuff. Your accuracy is also affected by your luck, and Ike's luck is quite solid. This is solid luck for Ike. So, but skill is the other determining factor. It's a pain. It's a pain. I wish I didn't. I don't have to use. I hate him not being capped. It's irritating. He's slightly less accurate and slightly less evasive than I would like him to be. But honestly, his stats are super solid. His stats are super solid. So I am not going to use anything more on him. This is what it is. This is not the Ike I'm using in the save transfer for Radiant Dawn, so him not capping those stats does not kill my soul. Much. I think he can still beat the Black Knight. Because the Black Knight, okay, the Black Knight fight comes down to how many times he procs Aether. That is the single determining factor. And he never will need to heal. He'll be able to attack as many times as possible within the time limit, because Mist will be able to toss physics on him and keep him topped off. And the chances of him dying with Ragnell, which will also give him +5 defense and make it impossible for him to be crit, he probably, there's not really any chance he'll die. So, that all said, there's no real risk for him. Oh, I've got all these elixirs. Let's grab one. So, yeah, single determining factor is how many times Aether procs. So we're praying to the RNG gods a bit on that. Let's take another stiletto. That's good. All right, so there, that's fine. What do we have for swords? It's not very accurate. That's not really a Mia style. Mist. Let's get you another physic for sure. Yeah, we'll just do that. Oh, and we will take another vulnerary. All right, Gatry. All of Gatry's weapons have shattered. Okay. So, Gatry, my friend. Huh. All these broken, silly weapons. All right, we're going to have to buy and craft Gatry some weapons is what we're going to have to do here in a minute. Man. These things are so close to broken as to be useless. Actually, Mist. Go ahead and give that. Let's take the Hamern Staff. And I think I'm going to use the Hamern on, like, the Brave Lance and stuff. I mean, one of my biggest issues, and I know lots of people have this issue in games, is the not using something because they're like, oh, I'll save it for the important time, and then the game ends and you've never used. Like, you have an inventory full of rare items that you're like, I didn't want to use that. So I'm going to not let that happen in this scenario. I'm going to use the Hamern Staff and boost Titania's items. Now, of course, axes. We can use more axes for her. Huh. Let's take this, because we want to. Okay, Kaelil is doing just fine. Is there any... No, there really isn't any, anything needed there. Alright, so this is my whole team. I've got 9, 8. That makes sense. That makes sense. Alright, so, we've got some wonderful skills, here. Actually, I say wonderful, and I realize we haven't picked up wonderful skills. Okay. Okay, I mean, that is what it is. Let's go ahead and see if we can buy some things for Gatry. Huh. Stilettos are for sale here, which is nice. Let's go ahead and buy for Gatry a steel sword and a steel lance. And then we'll see what we can give him. There we go. There we are with Gatry. Alright, and we are going to go with Mia, and we are going to forge another sword for her. Because we feel like it. Alright, yep. We know that'll cost a lot. And of course we'll change the weapon name. And we'll call it Excalibur, because of course we will. I mean, if I go the whole game and I haven't named one of my crafted swords Excalibur, I don't know. I just don't feel that that's, feel something's wrong with me. And it has to be, of course, a golden blade. And we give it to Mia. Flawless. Alright. Excellent. Alright, so what we're going to do as well is we are going to look at certain of our allies and determine some things. So Mia got 2 more levels, and if she gets 1 more strength, I think she caps strength. So I'm not about to give Mia anything, because it's a very possible, like if I gave her a strength drop, She probably wouldn't even need it. So that's silly. Gatry might cap his primary stats, and I don't care about his others. So I'm not really focused on him. I'll have to check and see what Titania's caps are, but I'm leaning towards using my remaining strength drop on Titania. Yeah, that seems likely. So. And Volk has plenty of level ups and no need for me to give him anything, and mostly he's not a fighter, so I don't care much. What? Can you sense that I'm not the biggest fan of Volk? That he's a great character, but I don't care for him much? Huh, strange. Alright, let's save this and go in to Moment of Fate. We are headed into the end game. Let's double check supports, actually. I'd almost forgotten this. So we're going to talk to Alencia. Is there something wrong, Princess? Oh, my Lord Ike. I was getting prepared for battle, but I'm having a hard time attaching the scabbard to my belt. Let me see. Here's the problem. The buckle on the scabbard isn't fastened. There's a little trick to this. Don't move for a second. All right, that should do it. Thank you. I just can't seem to do anything right. I can't even get myself ready for battle. Everyone else is all suited up. Everyone here was the same way when they first started. In fact, it wasn't all that long ago when I was having a hard time fastening my scabbard. Really? That's right. But my father drilled me hard and tested my swordsmanship and survival skills before I could eat breakfast. We come from different worlds, Princess. So that's how you learn so much. Well, you don't need to practice so hard. You weren't born to be a mercenary like the rest of us war dogs. You'll just get yourself killed if you jump into this rough and nasty war unprepared. I understand. Just don't worry about it. There's no shame in asking for help from the rest of us. We'll be there to back you up. Thank you, my Lord Ike. Any time, Princess Alencia. But yet, not a few minutes later. Princess Alencia, you're still here. Oh, my Lord Ike. Well, I was getting a little practice in. I don't want to be a burden to everyone else. Wouldn't it be better to have a training partner? I'd feel guilty asking someone to train with me. It would be a waste of time. I am no match for their skill. I meant what I said earlier about not hesitating to ask for help, but I guess you decided to ignore me. No, it's not like that at all. I heard what you said, but I still feel so... I know how powerless and frustrated you must feel. It was a terrifying feeling when I discovered my father had left me in command of the Grail mercenaries. But there's a huge difference between inheriting a country and a band of mercenaries, isn't there? Not at all. You're absolutely right. It's hard, knowing what kind of responsibility I have, and just how unsuited I am to take it. Over the last year, I learned a lot from all of those battles. Mostly, I learned that there are many things I can't do on my own. Everything I achieved was possible only because of the people around me. I trust them completely, and I'm not ashamed to ask for help. That goes for you too. You're not alone. That's a great way to look at it. Thank you. All right. Very well, very well. Okay, let's save again and continue. I'm going to save once we get in, but anyway, let's go. No use putting it off. General Ike, please come with me. We're getting ready to have a war council and discuss tomorrow's battle. So the Black Knight's in that castle, is he? There's little doubt of it. That Bjork's a real handful. Even when I attacked him in cat form, it barely scratched him. It's his armor. It's apparently blessed by the goddess. Ordinary weapons, natural or no, can't damage it. Oh, that's just swell. So how are we supposed to defeat him? Angry looks? Leave that to me. I've got a sword that should be effective against him. I don't like it, but I suppose there's no choice. We don't use weapons or shields. Those are Bjork tools for Bjork alone. Very well. If the villain in question appears, we'll leave him to General Ike. Now then, shall we determine who among us storms the castle? Ike, can I talk to you? Not right now, Mist. We're discussing battle strategy. I know that. Even so, please? It'll only take a moment. Mist, I promise I'll make time later. Be patient and wait quietly. What is it, O beauteous one? I feel a bit dizzy. May I rest a moment? Oh, what foul deed is this that rears its head? The gods of war do charge a heavy toll, bewitch us and attack our very minds. The princess, she is faint and o'ertired. Forgive your humble servant this trespass. Hark, my dear, and bless me with your arm. Good folk, we shall retire for a spell. Of course. Princess, please rest and allow us to proceed with these preparations. Thank you. I'm sorry. What is it? Come on, Mist. You realize the princess was making time for you to talk with me, don't you? Well, I thought I could talk to you later, but then I changed my mind and I wanted to talk to you now. I'd been hoping to talk to you too. I haven't heard very much from you since the other day. Yeah, I'm sorry. When you told us that story, I was so shocked. That's why. The part about Mother's death and about Father, right? Uh-huh. That's only natural. So, have you come to some kind of understanding with it all? Is that it? At first, I couldn't believe it. The stuff about the medallion and the revival of the Dark God and all of that, none of it sounded real. And everything about Father, that was even more unbelievable. It was all I could think about. But I didn't want to think about it anymore. It made my head hurt. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even sleep. I would just lie awake at night and stare at the tent walls. Yeah, I was the same way. I guess my body finally reached its limit. Last night, I fell asleep. And when I woke up this morning, I don't know. It was all gone. I only had one emotion left. One emotion? What was it? It's hard to say. Sympathy, I suppose. For Mother? And for Father. I think more for him than anyone else. Father and Mother were in love, weren't they? And then the medallion. It made Father go, what did you say? Berserk? When he returned to himself, he found Mother. When Father died, it hurt so much. I thought I was going to die. Father must have felt the same. No, he must have felt even worse. I think you're right. And Father kept it all to himself, too. Mother, the medallion, being hunted. He never said a word to us. It was his burden alone. The man who killed Father was that knight we saw at Port Toha, right? The one in the black armor? Yes. You're going to fight him, aren't you? For Father? Yes, I am. That's one thing I won't let anyone else do in my stead. Trying to stop you is pointless, I know. If I were stronger, if I were a sword fighter, I'd be doing the same thing. Mist. But you must keep your promise. You promised to lead the company in Father's place, and to protect me. If you go and get yourself killed, I'll never forgive you. I understand. That's why I'm not going to lose. I know. How are you feeling, Princess? It was a lie. I'm not feeling unwell at all. Sorry I fooled you. Ha! I knew it all along. It was all for Ike and Mist, was it not? It would appear, my dear Princess, that you care for them greatly. I witnessed the death of both my father and mother. Soldiers fell. Up. One after the other. And then I was separated from Joffrey. It was Ike and his friends who rescued me. If not for them, I'm sure I would be dead now. My Lord Ike and Miss too know the pain that I carry with me. the pain of losing one's parents in war. That may account for why the two of them, right from the beginning, were so warm and friendly. They gave me the support I needed to survive. Mist and I have continuously encouraged each other to go on. So... They rescued you and are your patrons. There are those among the soldiers who complain in jealousy of Ike's station, but it is a trivial matter. We, the retainers of House Crimea, find this general very much to our liking. Bastion, I'm pleased to hear it. Enough plain speaking. I must ready my silver tongue anew. Shall we return to the council? Yes. Aha, here we are at Notter's castle. Sir Knight, the Crimean army will renew their assault of the castle momentarily. The troops we face are not the half-breeds we fought yesterday. It is the army that bested General Bertram. They are not what one would call an easy opponent. Resolve it. I beg your pardon. Hafed, you are in command. The castle defenses are on your shoulders. I have business with General Ina. Understood. Is everyone ready? The castle's strength has been bolstered with reinforcements from the capital. We must strike now, before any more can arrive. If the Black Knight appears, don't try to engage him. He is mine. I will take care of him. Alright, let's get rid of all of these people that we don't need, and take in only the cream of the crop. Creme de la creme. Alright, so let's check out the map a little bit. So, we've got 3 doors that lead into these rooms. We've got a couple of chests up here. Long-range magic. Okay. We've got some thieves that'll be coming up the sides, unlocking doors and stealing treasures. And more over here. Okay. Flawless. Okay. Alright, so... Volk friend. We're going to send Volk this way. It'll be much easier for him to chop through these friends than it will be to take care of these heavy armor boys on the right side. We'll send Kalil on the right to deal with heavy armor. And we'll send Gatry that way as well. Let's see, Alincia and Ike will move up the middle here. Mia's going left. Titania. So Titania and Alincia actually will handle these friends. Yeah, let's begin. This is going to be a bit of a long chapter, friends. Let's finish it. Alright, so her bravura is nearly broken. Her brave lance is also in dire need of repair. We are going to use the Hammer'n staff first on the bravura. Actually, let's see just how strong Alincia is right here. So she's not fast enough to quadruple attack him, sadly. What's her speed? 24. So she is shy by 2. Okay. All right. What about the speed of the cat? She could quadruple attack the cat. How would that go for her? Not very well. She has a hard time penetrating its defenses. Okay. So what I'm actually going to do right here is weaken him. And if he survives this, then Elincia will finish him off. If she crits or adept procs or something, then he just dies. It happens. Good, he survived. We're going to step up in here. And she is going to step in here and take care of him. The Princess Crimea. Okay. Let's destroy them. Cut down in a single blow. That is my Mia, to be sure. Actually, they should avoid attacking him. It is very unlikely that they will because... Or very unlikely they'll attack him because of the way that works. Alright. Alright, so let's double check here. This person has a tomahawk. There's a lot of attackers. But her evasion is decent and her defense is not bad. But we're still going to let them crash upon Gatry before launching her in there. Let's equip that and wait. And I'll put her a little bit closer and wait. Very well. It is time. As if you could hurt Ike. Alright. This will probably result in Elincia being hit. Oh, she evaded. Nice. And here comes a crit. Nice. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like when you have abilities that go that will proc, for example, or crits with brave weapons, you have so many more chances to get those abilities to happen. It's like if you have a 25% crit chance, for example, and you attack 4 times. In most games, that actually doesn't mean like you might crit once, maybe in most games. But in Fire Emblem, that's basically like, you're probably going to crit 2 out of those 4 swings. And that's one of the glories that is Elincia with her brave weapon. Poor fools. Just need a little more strength, Gatry. And then you would be able to cut them down in one combat. Yeah, I couldn't sleep well last night, and so I... You may have noticed on the loading screen that I... that the save down below from my solo hard mode Ike playthrough was... says epilogue now. So yeah, I cleared the game with that. It didn't really tell me a whole lot about it. When you're playing Ike solo, it's it's very different than trying to play with a bunch of characters. Oh. So, but yeah, so I cleared that. And So that means I should be starting soon with my playthrough to transfer. Because, so when you play through, once you've played through, nice crit. Glorious. Once you've played through once, all right, Titania's last level. Hold that thought. Titania's last level. Come on. No, Titania! Sad. Why? Why you do? All right. Once you've played through the game once you've cleared, then on subsequent playthroughs, enemies will have rings. And these, some of your characters will come with rings, and some enemies will have them. And when you get these rings, they increase the chance for, usually it's 2 different stats. Oh, another nice crit. Glorious. She's making up for the fact that she had that shameful last level up. And so that's just really good. We'll throw the Brave Lance back for now. That's really, really good for making sure that the stats of your characters are higher. You don't have to do as much, even if you're wanting to like do what I'm about to do and start a playthrough to cap stats for transfer. You don't need to do as much save state, load state, save scumming for you to be successful, because you have a higher percentage chance. Like you might have a ring that has a 5% increase to your strength and 5% increase to your defense chance. And that may not seem like much, but it really does help. It moves your average up significantly. And once you cap a stat, for example, or if you've gotten a bunch of good level ups and you're almost definite to cap a stat based on normal growths, you can switch to a different ring equipped on that character that works on some of the other stats you want to get them up, but maybe you're a bit weak, right? So when you're babying things, excuse me, man, my voice is rough tonight. When you're babying things, it really helps. It really... All right, here we go. It really gives you all the tools you need when combined with save state, load state to make sure that you get good level ups, that you cap those stats and prepare that flawless team. All right. And I've mentioned transfer bonus several times, and it suddenly dawned on me that I haven't. If you're not familiar, you may not understand what that is, or maybe I haven't told you. So the transfer bonus, I can take a save game from Path of Radiance and import it into Radiant Dawn. And Radiant Dawn, if I do that, in Radiant Dawn, I will have... well, hold on here, and I'll give you an example after I kill this guy with an actual character on a character sheet so you can see it. All right, so Mia, if I transferred this Mia, I wouldn't get anything because there are 2 requirements. The character had to hit max level, right? So she needs to hit level 20 in the clear save for me to be able to benefit. So, but if this was a level 20 Mia, she's only capped 2 stats, which means she would get a bonus to hit point or to speed and to skill. And that bonus would be +2 to her initial starting stat. That doesn't change her cap, right? But it does significantly increase her chance to hit that cap. Now, she almost always will cap speed and skill anyway, so it's not that vital. But it does also, even if she would cap a stat, it means she'll cap it earlier, at an earlier level in the subsequent game. And that is, or be less likely to not cap it due to bad RNG or something. Like, for example, Ike is a perfect example of, he typically caps 4 stats. You notice he's only capped 2. this is a bad Ike. But normally he caps skill and speed, and he caps them before he caps strength and defense, right? But he normally caps 3 to 4 stats, and defense is one of the ones that might cap, doesn't always. So this is a perfect example of this Ike is pretty well rounded, but he kind of got RNG screwed. And if I had had that +2, he would have capped 4 stats. In fact, if I had had that +2 on, like, say, resistance, he probably would have capped his resistance as well. And if you cap hit points at 60, then you get 5 extra initial hit points. So these are all things that they don't actually make your character, like, more powerful per se. They make them more likely to be a good character, right? Now, obviously, there are characters in the sequel, quite a lot of characters that aren't in this game, so it's not there for everybody. But if you have characters like Ike or Mia or Alencia that you really like, this is a great chance to do a playthrough specifically for the purpose of transfer, and your goal is to prepare these characters and make sure that they maximize their their transfer stats. And so that's one of the things that I will be doing before I start Radiant Dawn, because Radiant Dawn is, from everything that I remember and a little of what I've looked at, I'm pretty sure it's significantly harder for this type of challenge than this game is, especially playing it on the highest difficulty. I suspect it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tough. All right. She can go a long way. She might be able to catch up to... She might be able to catch up to them. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Let's check what his bonuses are right now. Yeah, I don't think he's getting... I think he's getting bonuses from both of them at the moment. Yeah. And I'm not even sure these are proximity bonuses anymore. I'm confused. So, like, in a lot of Fire Emblem games, in order for me to, like, in more recent Fire Emblem games, in order for me to build bond between two people, they need to be, like, within basically how close these four characters or these characters are to each other, and fight in a combat. And then you'd see, like, little hearts above their heads at the end of that combat, whether they were attacked or whether they attacked someone else. But that is not at all the case here. Here, it's how many, like, battle maps they have been in together, and it's not a set number. Like, for example, Ike and Alencia have only been in one battle together, and they instantly were able to do the C and B support, and they'll be able to do the A support after this battle. So it varies. It's very different than later games for understandable reasons. And hold on. Ugh, so sad. So sad. Why'd you do this to me, Titania? Right, let's quickly kill. But yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Building a team, like doing a playthrough off stream or whatever to maximize stats and prepare. That's what I'm talking about. That's literally all I'm talking about when I say that. So that I can get ready to transfer. And I've already decided who I'm going to do that with. In fact... Really? I can't believe I've been doing that to you guys. That is horrible. Oh, that is horrible and shameful, and I have totally screwed up this stream. I am so sorry. All right. I can't believe I did that. That shows. I told you last night I didn't get much sleep. So that's how sleep deprived I have been. That's probably why my voice is rough as well. Sometimes it no. Oh my. Well, you guys were moved on at the right time. You saw Kayla almost get killed by this guy. Sheesh. Okay. So you didn't see any of the stuff. Man, that is I can't believe I did all that. Oh. Wow. Oh my goodness. My goodness. That is horrible. Wow. Yep, definitely should get plenty of rest. You... How dare you? You angered Mia by hitting her. Alright. Well, thankfully you guys didn't miss much gameplay. I can't believe it took me almost an hour into the stream to see that. Almost an hour. That is so shameful. Ah. All right. So, what I was talking about... Sheesh. I need to pay attention. This could be a super big mistake. So much danger. Oh my. All right. Taking a breath. Gonna take a drink of water. Okay. And now I'm gonna take a breath and see about trying to salvage what's going on here. Volk, I want you to rush after that guy. There's a big issue here. Issue number one is this person needs to die. So for example, the team that I intend to use for the playthrough. There we go. The team that I intend to use for to increase my stats. Man, so much ridiculousness going on there. I intend to use Soth because he plays a big part in the next game. In this game, he cannot even promote, so he's a pretty useless character. And you do have to be careful if you do use him, because unlike the others, he doesn't get that bonus that I was talking about. What he gets is an actual... his stats transfer exactly. So that's where things get a little odd for him. Actually, let's... So he transfers exactly. But it's Soth. I intend to use Elincia, Marcia, Har, Nephany, Astrid, Ike, Titania, Soren, Oscar, Gatry, Mia, maybe Mist and Boyd. So that's 14 characters, which is a lot. At the same time, though, I'll be playing... For transfer purposes, the difficulty doesn't matter. And one of the things about that is there's more XP, both bonus XP and just everything on lower difficulty. So it is best to do that playthrough on like normal or easy or whatever. I still have to double check in order to get more experience, so that I can get more people to level 20, because they don't get the bonus if they don't hit max level. So I'll have to be careful. There's a few that are lower priority that I'll only give them XP or I'll only prepare them for the transfer if I have enough bonus XP to spare. I can't believe I did that. That was so silly. So infuriating. And then, at the same time, I got so distracted by that and general ridiculousness that I almost got everything killed. So that's good. That's soup's good. That's exactly the best. But yeah, there are some amazing units in the next thing. I think my biggest complaint about Radiant Dawn, you have so many characters that you end up not being able to use all that many characters, if that makes sense. For example, like you switch back and forth in that game between a number of various like parties, different viewpoints all across the continent of Tellius and stuff. And so one of the things that ends up doing is making it very hard to like, there are certain characters that you might like let's say, for example, Zihark. In this game, it is perfectly valid to use Mia or Zihark. They're available for almost the same amount of chapters. You get Mia like 3 chapters earlier. Both are available for like 20 chapters roughly, right? One 20 and the other like 20, or the other like 17. But that's a huge amount of game availability for them. But it is not... let's do it. It's a huge amount of game availability for them. But at the same time, yeah, that's what I thought. Mia's luck is horrible right now. We will use a physic on her. But in the subsequent game, Zihark has far inferior availability to Mia. Like, it's not a competition. Mia is available for a lot of chapters, and Zihark, not so much. So that's an example of how both in this game both characters are comparable to each other, and a lot of people would argue that Zihark is better, but that does not hold true in the next game. Wow, I'm so slow right now. My mind is just fogged, which is the perfect time to be doing a challenge run. I might end the stream. In fact, I probably will end the stream early tonight. Look at that total misplay I made there, too. I'm going to finish this chapter. I'm going to finish the battle with the Black Knight, and then I'm probably going to end right there, and then the next stream tomorrow night might be a little extra long, but it will be the end of the whole thing. I'll finish the game tomorrow night, unless I just can't keep going. Oh man, I can't believe the blunder. I'm gonna have to. Oh, that is horrible. See, I feel bad now, and I'm like, should I do video editing? Because everything I've put up so far, I mean, most people are watching on Twitch. A lot of people aren't going to the YouTube. But I could edit the video that goes on YouTube. I normally post the video to YouTube Like for this video would normally go up on YouTube tomorrow morning before 11 a.m. But you gonna die to this? Good dodge, good dodge. I am so careless right now, so sleepy. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. The perfect time to engage. Boy. Dodge, Volk. Man, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. Yeah, I was digging a little deeper into the game mechanics, and crit rate is actually also based on skill. I did not realize that in this game. Skill is accuracy, but in this game as well, your chance to crit someone is luck and skill based. Also, there's class bonuses, for example. Like Sword Masters, Berserkers have a 15% class bonus, and then of course weapon bonuses exist. But yeah. Okay. All right, breathe, everyone. Breathe. Actually, let's not. How about we use that to do a good bit of damage? Oh, nice. That adept proc let her break the door. Alright, so what we're gonna do right there, and then Gatry gonna come up and stand in the doorway like a boss. And we'll wield a steel sword. And Kayla will come up there and have fun. But yeah, I definitely am not gonna go on to the next chapter tonight, because the next chapter is also got a lot of strong creatures, dragons, and different things. So it would be a little bit insane if I did that. But yeah, as I said, this battle with the Black Knight is far more RNG than any skill, especially with with Mist as backup. It is not a skill-based fight. Now, they almost definitely will not chase Volk now that Ike's in their range, because this Ike has Provoke. So they will almost definitely go after him. They might not, but now let's top Volk off. Actually, I didn't realize I'd forgotten about Mist. That's why I used the Vulnerary. That was a waste of a Vulnerary, but that's all right. So the most dangerous thing for Ike consistently on like the solo hard play is sleep staffs. There were several levels where I got successfully slept by some silly sleep staff. And on sleep staffs, then everybody hits you. Well, Ike's defenses are high enough if you focus solely on him and everything that it doesn't really matter. Like for melee, they mostly won't hurt you anyway. But then his resistance, even though his resistance is solid, my solo hard mode Ike's resistance was still inferior, even with resistance up items, to this Ike. So he had like an 18 resistance, and he's asleep. If they successfully sleep you, you're asleep for 4 rounds. And so it's 4 rounds of everybody just throwing all their magic at you and mauling you. And it never killed me, but it came close. Like there were a couple times I was under 20 hit points of like around 60. Just because of all the attacks. And it slows everything down because nothing you can do. You're the only one there. Nobody can come over and rouse you from your slumber. And you don't wake up from getting You don't at all wake up from getting... Ugh, my mind is totally gone. You do not wake up from getting hit. So... this is bad. All right, let's kill him. Or we don't, and we just steal. Huh. It's a good thing, because I wouldn't have gotten resolve. Let's see what I got here. All right, should be fine. Should be fine. I don't think she's capable of hurting this general up here. That's correct. But yeah, there are several characters who, like, all right, so I was talking about Mia and Zahark, so I'm going to continue to use that example. In Radiant Dawn, not just because of availability, if you look at average stats on Serenus Forest, say, the Serenus Forest fan site, if you look at the average stats achieved, Mia is a better swordmaster than Zahark in that game, just hands down. She is. By the average stats she reaches, by availability, by the whole thing. But in this game, Zahark is generally better. So it's one of those things where you're like, wait, it's very odd that is the case. But yeah, there are a few other cases like that. But you always, again, it's not just average stats. You always have to check availability too, because to give you another example, so Marcia, Tanith, Sigrun, Elincia all ride Pegasi, but in the subsequent game, Sigrun is not playable in this one, but Sigrun is playable in the next game. However, Sigrun and Tanith both are just available for like a couple of chapters prior to the final sequence. It's very, very low availability is what they have. Whereas Marcia is available for like 7 or 8 more chapters than them. And when I say very limited, they have 2 chapters prior to the final section of the game. And Marcia has like 8. So that's 4 times the availability. That's hard to fight, right? That's hard to that is hard to argue against. Let's keep Mist in a closer range. And so even though if you look at the final average stats, Tanith is superior to... You slept him! I am so angry at you! I am so upset! I just lost an item because, alright, so that guy's going to use his next turn to open another chest. But he's already got the double bow, which is the thing that's going to drop. Ah! And in the time... Alright. It may not be lost. Maybe I can box him in somewhere? That's so irritating, though. That's so irritating. He's the only thief left. Okay. Ugh, that is upsetting. He's gonna get mauled, though. We're gonna have to struggle to keep him alive. Yeah, like that guy would have had basically no chance to hit him. if it wasn't for that sleep. Ugh. Ah. But his resistance to magic is horrendously low, so. That's just, ugh, that's just bad. Oh man. With the level of alertness and luck I'm having, I just can't wait for us to go in against the Black Knight and for him to like proc Luna on every single combat that we do. Now, of course, with Mist's backup with Physic, that probably still wouldn't matter, but it might. It would be so like fitting for it to be. Oh man, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. Okay. I'm just discombobulated. That's what's happening here. But yeah, high defense units like Ike are the least afraid of. They're the units that are the least afraid of being slept, because they have high like my current Ike particularly. He has good defense, good resistance, lots of hit points. You can maul on him for quite a long time without doing much. The ones that are really afraid of it are units like Volk or Mia. Once their evasion is gone, they're really in trouble. All right. But yeah. All right, Gatry, what you got for level up for me, for your friend? What are you doing? Oh, this is the cursed knight. The cursed knight. Of that there is no doubt. Okay. This is so dangerous. So dangerous. I have no desire to kill these people. I want to leave their pretty experience to my other characters. However, it seems that is not something I can do. Let's keep Volk up. I just really don't want him to sleep Mia. That would be disaster. Especially because she doesn't seem... I mean, I guess... Especially is not the right word. She doesn't seem to be able to dodge anyway today, though. Which is so weird. Oh man. Yep. I'm definitely bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, I can't even... There isn't any editing I can do. I was thinking back and I was like, yeah, I can go back and like re-record that section, but I can't because I've already saved over that save. Oh, so you guys get to hear the dulcet tones of my voice and me describing something that I expect you to be talking about, things you I think you're seeing, but you won't be seeing them. That's glorious. That's glorious. I truly am sorry. That is just shameful. I feel the shame deep in my soul. I feel silly is more what's accurate. Now, I want to check something. Because if he doesn't have... Now, a lot... Sorry, so in some of the games, your Thief class has the ability to move through enemies. They're not blocked by enemies. But it doesn't look like this one is. Which means, I guess he is just trapped there. But he might start stilettoing Volk. Which could be bad. You know. I'm not going to lie. Could be bad. I really wish there was something I could do. Huh. Using a Hamaran on Silverblade would be such a horrendous waste. I could use it on the Brave Sword, and I might. Not this turn, of course. All right. Yeah, speaking back to the technical difficulties I had, I'm not sure why it does that sometimes. It doesn't. Sometimes I just start up the emulator and everything. It captures the same dolphin that I was doing before, like it works fine. And other times it totally does not. As to what the difference is, this I cannot say. I do not know. But normally I am more awake and I check. So it normally isn't an issue. However, for some reason tonight, a reason I have already stated. Oh my. Nice. All right, let's see. Give me a good level up here. Not decent. It's not bad by any means. Okay. Let's... Yeah, this person's the only one of the two that actually can hurt. And again, hit me with an 18% chance to hit. It's just how it is. Okay. Let's toss a heal to Mia. But yeah, there are some characters particularly, or that particularly benefit. For example, Mia. All right, I should be more clear. They particularly benefit from the what I'm about to do, playing through again and maximizing some stats to have them transfer. Mia is one that does quite well because she caps, I think, 3 or 4 stats normally as a True Blade in the next game, but she has several stats that are on average about 2 away from cap. And so if I cap those stats in this game and then transfer, she should almost, like, on average, she'll cap those stats, right? And that's amazing. That is an amazing thing. That has the potential of, on my challenge playthrough, without me babying it all, her possibly capping like 5+ stats, which is incredible. Yep, we have trapped that thief. Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's see. Killer Lance. I don't like that Killer Lance, my friend. Not at all. So I have a proposition for you. Die! Nice. Let's see if she can kill this person immediately. She totally can. Do I believe in the princess? That is the question that needs to be asked. Brave bow. So 25 against 17, so that's 8. 16 if they hit, 16 damage. Okay, and that's 35, which is 14, so 30 points of damage. 22, which is 5, 35. Yeah, she should be safe. They shouldn't be able to do... She should be able to weather that whole barrage, that onslaught, successfully. Even if they all attack her and every blow lands, she should still be fine. Alright. Now taking a look here. Brave Sword has plenty of uses. Let's toss a little mend here on Ike. Not that he really needs it, but oh. Oh, very well. I'll just wait right there. Again, I wanted to give more XP to these other people, but somebody decided that sleeping them was a good idea. But I think I can remedy that next round. Keep that sleep from happening again. If they still have any charges left them. Maybe I just haven't noticed in my sleep-addled mind that they've tried to do more. Not sure. Alright, here comes his first attack. Dodge it, Alencia. She does, gracefully. Even less reason to be worried then. Yeah, I'm excited to do some more Fire Emblem with Radiant Dawn. I'm probably gonna do oh, here comes a nice she crit for 0 damage. Alencia. I'm excited to do Radiant Dawn. Really looking forward to that. I'm probably going to take a short break from the Fire Emblem in between. I've been considering a few different games, shorter games, to stream for a couple of weeks before I start Radiant Dawn. Not certain. I might do a full playthrough like I've done here, or I might just do a couple of weeks of me just kind of streaming whatever it is I'm playing at the time, just kind of enjoying myself. I mean, I'm enjoying this, don't get me wrong, but yeah. Alright, let's see about some more Elfire. Hold on. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I had enough followers and things. I mean, I'm supposed to have a few followers. I could put up a few of the games I'm considering playing and see what people would be interested in seeing, but yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. Because to give you a little bit of history about like kind of the type of gaming I do. Obviously, Fire Emblem. I enjoy Fire Emblem a lot. Fire Emblem games are a lot of fun. In addition to Fire Emblem, though, I enjoy so many types of games. One of my favorites recently that I've gotten in favorite series is Trails of Cold Steel. I have played 1 and 2 through and really loved those. And 3 is out. I could play it now, but 3, I know that 1 ended on a big cliffhanger, and I played that, and then 2 wasn't out yet and had to wait like a year, and that was frustrating. And I know 3, which is out right now, is also cliffhangery from what I've heard. I haven't done too much spoiler, but it's a bit cliffhangery, so I didn't want to hop into there without 4 being out. And I know 4, I think by this point 4 is out, but 4 is out for PS4. And I used to have a PS4. I do not anymore. I have a lot of handheld consoles, and I have a Wii, but I do not have, not a Wii, a Switch. But I do not have, and of course my PC, but I do not have a PS4 anymore. And I have a GameCube. So I've got some old consoles, but of current gen, the only stuff I have is the Switch and the PC. So, yeah, that makes things more complicated, by far. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Let's just end that round. What was I talking about? Yes. So I enjoy a lot of different games, and Trails of Cold Steel's one. Shadow of Mordor was a blast. I love that kind of like action RPG sort of thing, like Zelda, Darksider, Shadows of War, Shadows of Mordor. Those are a lot of fun, and those are the games I would say I'm better at stuff like Shadow of War and that and Zelda than I am at this type of game. I really love strategy RPGs. I do, and I'm good at them. I mean, not fantastic, but good. But just way better at strategy or at action RPGs. Yeah, and notice how slowly I am speaking and articulating. That's how fogged my mind is right now. But like I love Final Fantasy games. I love just a wide swath of games. And so another genre that I've been big into in the past is MMORPGs. I used to try a million different MMORPGs. My first MMO was Final Fantasy XI, way back when, and like near when it came out. And then I played WoW with my friends for a long time. Is there any healing to do for her? Nope. But let's get within striking range. Yeah. I played WoW with my friends for a long time. I played Star Wars Knights of the Old or Star Wars: The Old Republic. They slept again? I am so angry. Okay. That's so stupid. So yeah, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I played that more as a single player game. Like Dragon Nest, Terra. I've played. If there's an MMO out there like Lord of the Rings Online, if there's an MMO, I have probably dabbled in it at least. And there's a half dozen that I've played pretty seriously. So that kind of should give you a bit of an idea of like things that I love to play. So recently, I heard about Genshin Impact, which came out a couple of days ago in the United States. Yeah, so I heard about it like a week ago or so, and it came out a couple of days ago, and I was like, at first I was like, oh, it's just a mobile RPG, like that's a mobile MMO, like gacha game. I was like, that's not really what I'm looking for. But then after I looked into it some more, I was like, oh wait, you can play it on controller with PC, and that intrigued me because I was like, that doesn't sound like the normal thing I expect from a mobile MMO. And so I tried it out, and I just created my account today, and was playing around with it a bit, and so far it plays and looks pretty gorgeous. It's got some interesting elemental stuff going on. It's pretty fascinating. It's a lot better than I expected. Obviously, I'm only like level 10. There's several different kinds of levels. Like there's your adventure AR, what is that? Adventure realm, world level, the character level. There's a lot going on. Obviously, there's a lot of game systems that I haven't been able to experience yet, but I also have to say that what I have experienced is, again, so much more impressive than I would have guessed. Yeah, there's just no way that I would have guessed the game had as much depth as it seems to. And the voice acting it's anime voice acting. I mean, it's an anime inspired game. It's anime voice acting, but it's really, I was stunned by how good the voice acting was. I just couldn't believe it, because normally, like, first of all, it has English voice acting, and for pretty much every a lot of characters, like not just your average NPCs. It's not like SWTOR where everyone is voice acted, and which is kind of a waste, because then you're skipping most of that dialogue anyway with spacebar. But yeah, really, really weird. It's a lot higher quality than I expected, and the combat system has a lot more depth than I expected. There's definitely, I mean, it is a gacha game. Like, that part is true. You're pulling for heroes, for characters, right? And you're pulling for weapons. But at the same time, like, it's not like you play it like a normal MMO. Like, you're running around the world, you can climb things, you can swim. It's an open world. It's just interesting. And you can switch between 4 different characters in your current party, and they have each character has an element, and the elements have interactions. Like, you can make a character, if a character's wet, you can use ice on them and freeze them, and then like use fire and shatter it, and it's just, there's a lot of really cool interactions. So far I'm enjoying myself. I'm cautiously optimistic. We will see how long that optimism lasts, but yeah, I'm trying that out. And now I have a ringing in my ears. I think perhaps I need some more sleep. But we are almost done with this level. We don't have much combat left in this level. We do have a fair bit of of running around and looting. Nice. But not much combat. But then after that, we just have the fight with the Black Knight and Ike, and a little bit of wrap up. Here we go, Mia. Give me that strength, please. Strength. Okay. I would really love for her to get that strength, but it's all right. Anyway, slice it. It's okay. Alright, let's just end right there. So we've just got the boss left, and the thief. Let's move down here and do a little bit of, get some more XP for Alincia. Ah, she also has chest keys. Okay, so we'll go have her loot these chests. That'll save us some time. And, hold on. Excuse me. I didn't mute my microphone as I sneezed into there, so. I think I want to steal his Brave Lance. I wish I could steal his Night Ward. We would have had one, but Astrid died and she was using it, so there's that. Okay. Let's see. I very much doubt he can outright kill her. Let's double check, though. 32 and a 20 speed, okay. So he cannot do that, but 32 means he's going to hit it for like 19 points of damage. But that's okay. That is utterly and completely okay. Thoron? Bulganione? Elifire? Alright, let's hit him. If not for the whim of His Majesty. Oh. Wow, I'm really tired. If not for the whim of His Majesty, I would not be facing you here. For a warrior, meeting a powerful foe is a joy above all others, and for this I give thanks to the king. Now, let us enjoy the gift we have been given. Okay. And now we'll... So, because he couldn't attack her, now he switched to his spear. And that hurts. And then she'll hurt him some more. And hopefully gain some XP. Nice. Alright, but she'll now move out of range. Haha! Excellent. Alright, go ahead and steal from him the Bolganone. And then you can kill him. So she's going to step out here. Wait. She's going to come over and do some healing. Alright, we are going to put a little bit of shove action. On Mia. Okay, alright. Great. So despite some serious slip-ups of my own, this level has gone well. Let's see if we can get a kill there. Yep, looks like it. Excellent. And that also will save us some time, because it means that Volk doesn't have to waste his turn attacking. He can come up here. Excellent. All right. Good. Let me move into a position where I might be able to do some shoving next time. Though I... Yeah. All right. Give him a shove. Give him a shove. Steal. Wait. Hold on. Is there anybody who only has a few items? Yes, there's him. That's alright. So, don't need a shove. Need a trade. Okay. Now, steal. Brave Lance. Glorious. Uh-huh. Let's see, that is 6. What's your movement? 9, so flawless. Rescue. And that is how we roll. Hey, bruv, how you doing? We're about to fight the Black Knight once we loot the rest of this treasure and kill Hafed here. All right. Excellent. That's the last of the treasure. And let's see. Can Olyncia defeat him? No. No. Doesn't have the damage to get through. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to be after clearing this chapter. Let's see how you doing, Kalo. All right. After clearing this chapter, I'm going to be calling it a night because I didn't sleep well last night at all, and I totally screwed up on the stream and had the wrong input. So like the first 45 minutes of the stream were recording what I was saying, and I was playing the game, but I was the input was not the game, the visual input. So yeah, and then I made some serious misplays here. So yep, I don't want to try to go into the end of the game and get myself killed. But so I'm going to obviously I've got a stream tomorrow night, and I'm going to try to be fully rested for that. Hopefully I can get some good sleep. And this should be you dead. So yeah. So we'll have the Black Knight fight here. I will try to put all of my energy into it and do a good job. And hopefully luck is with me. And then after that and the little wrap-up, we'll be ending the stream, and I'll be coming back tomorrow night to do, hopefully finish the game, actually, tomorrow night, possibly. It appears this is the end. Alright, that gives us an occult scroll. Alright. And let's toss another heal up. Oh, she's so close to leveling. Is there anybody who needs just the tiniest bit? Okay, well, fine. Here we go. The moment of fate. The one I seek is behind these doors. Don't follow me. I'm going in alone. Ike, wait! I'm going with... No, Soren. We have to let Ike go alone. The Black Knight is his. Defeating him is a crucial step that Ike must take in order to truly get over the death of his father. Idiocy! I'll hear no more of this naive nonsense. What if something happens to him? What then? I think Ike has gained the composure to keep calm and judge whether or not he can match an opponent. If, in fact, he can't, it means he's reached his full potential, and that's all there is to him. We just have to accept that. But I believe in Ike. I trust him. His life is not his alone any longer. I don't believe he's so irresponsible as to leave his companions behind by choosing to engage in a contest he cannot win. Please, Soren, you must feel the same way, don't you? I don't like it. Sometimes bravery and good judgment aren't enough. Commander Grail, watch over your son.
Why did you return to Crimea? You had the perfect opportunity to escape.
I'm going to the capital.
No, you are not. The king has ordered me to put an end to you.
I thought as much. So be it. I am prepared.
Will you not resist?
I do not believe I could prevail against one of your power.
How extremely frank.
My only wish was to be beside the one I love. If that is not to be, then it matters not what happens to me.
As my last act of compassion, I shall make your end a swift and merciful one. Do you have any final words?
If you see Nasir, tell him that Ino is sorry.
If I have the opportunity, I will so tell him. Rest in peace.
My love.
Turn and face me, Black Knight. I've been waiting for you, child.
Did you kill that girl?
despite my promise. The blow was not clean. She breathes still. I'll take her. You'll have to do so by force. You brought the sacred sword right now, did you not?
It's right here. If using it is the only condition I need to fulfill to defeat you, I will not hesitate.
It appears you've grown smarter. Good. There is no challenge in killing a fool. Shall we begin?
Brother!
Mist, no, stay back.
I will fight you. I'll never let you kill my brother.
Mist, you... Gawain's daughter, eh? Good. Now I can pull out the entire family tree by the root.
You're not to interfere, Mist. This craven wretch is mine.
Do as you will. This time, we begin in earnest.
All right, here we are. So, look at his stats. He's a cheater. He is stronger than me, more skilled than me, higher defense than me, equal speed to me, higher resistance than me, higher hit points than me. The only thing I have over him is luck. He has 11 luck, I have 24. That's it. That is the whole thing. Plus I've got a pocket healer. Well, all right, so it's not the whole thing. Aether is the reason I have a chance in hell against him. Because it's an overpowered skill. So here we go. The determining factor of this battle is how many times Aether procs. See that? He is going to obliterate me. Let's go. But I have a pocket healer, so all is well.
What an odd fate. This will be the third time I have defeated you. The first was in the forest of Gallia. The second at Delbray in Crimea.
We've met twice, and I've lost twice. But the third time will be different.
Oh?
My sword fighting skills were given to me by my father. If I stay true to them, I cannot lose.
Did you never think that using your father's techniques on the man who killed him would be futile?
My father robbed himself of using his stronger arm. If he had... That's a typo. If he hadn't, he would not have lost to the likes of you.
Ha! You think so? Let us test your stronger arm, then. Come, son of Gawain. Show me your strength.
Yes, Aether! Boom! Oof. Pocket healer! But he automatically heals 10% of his hit points, because, of course he does. And he'll hit me way harder than I hit him, as long as it doesn't proc. Here we go. Oh, he procced Luna. This is gonna hurt. Oh. Alright, so here's the thing. This is the gamble, right? If I don't heal, like you saw that, he hit me for 34 points of damage. That means that if he procs Luna again, if I attack him and he procs Luna again, I die. Unless Miracle procs, but I didn't equip Miracle on Ike. So, yeah. I'm dead. So, realistically, I should have Mist heal me first, right? But he could still proc Luna, and then if he procs Luna twice in a row, I'm screwed. So we are coming down to the wire here. I could, if I was just smart, right? I could not attack him this turn, right? But I'm not going to do that. Because Ike wouldn't do that. Ike is going for vengeance. Which means I'm going to heal first. And I'm going to cut this fool down.
Give me another Aether proc, O goddess of victory.
Or not. He procced Luna again.
Holy shit.
Okay. Here it comes. Is the run ending? That's the question. Because if either of us procs, it's over here. Oh, this game's done. The run is over.
I'm not strong enough. Goodbye.
That's it, guys. That is it. Game over. Challenge failed. Oh, that's how it goes. I knew that possibility existed, but his chance, he had a 30% proc rate. He procced 30% chances in a row. And I didn't proc either, or the result would have been the opposite. That's how it goes, guys. That is how the cookie crumbles. The challenge of completing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance hard mode on Iron Man. 3 tries. 3rd try, oh so close, but failure. Well, with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed the series, and I will be back with another game tomorrow night, and it won't be a Fire Emblem game. I'm not anywhere near ready for that. I have to do some prep, but I will be streaming tomorrow night according to the stream schedule, but it will not be Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. We will see what game I choose to start. But man, oof. That's how it goes. That is how the cookie crumbles. I hope you all have enjoyed as much as I have, and I look forward to seeing you in the sequel, in the alternate timeline where that did not happen. I hope you all have a marvelous evening, and I look forward to seeing you in my future challenges. Good night.